Okay, Gems, and welcome back to a new declutter. Today we're doing powders, primers, and setting sprays. As you can see, I don't have too many, but it's still more than one person needs. So let's hop into this. I'm going to start off with the face powders that I'm keeping. Both of these are kind of like face found, like... Okay, Gems, welcome back. So today's declutter is powders, primers, and setting sprays. I'm knocking things over. As you can see, I don't have that much, but it's still way more than one person could need. So let's hop into it, why don't we? I'm going to start off with my two face foundations, like my two colorful foundations, or the ones that have been matched to my skin tone that are not translucent. So the first one is the Bare Minerals Blemish Ready. I'm not going to hold this up. This will blind you guys. Like, look at that reflection. So this is in the shade Clearly Pearl, number 2. This is the only like loose powder foundation that I own, and it's a really good one. I like this when I'm having breakouts. It actually holds up really well. Is this in focus? I hope it is. When I'm having skin issues, so I like to wear this around that time. And then I've got the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This one is also really good. It's just a staple setting powder, so I'm keeping this one. Had it for a while. I'm in the shade Medium if you're curious, and I just really like it. You guys can see I've worn it quite a bit because, you know, if you know about MAC, it's usually domed, so I've pretty much flattened it out. So I really like that, keeping that. Then for mattifying face powders, I've got the Ofra and the Urban Decay, and I don't think I've ever mentioned the Urban Decay on my channel before. I've had this for a while, but it's in my drawer all the time and I never use it, so I really want to correct that. I mentioned the Ofra in a recent favorites, and I do really like this, but between the two, I would rather keep the pretty expensive Urban Decay because they both do the same thing, but this packaging is just to die for. Look at that. It is so pretty. It's not the best for traveling, which is why I was keeping it in my drawer, because I had one before and it totally shattered on me. But if you keep it at home or just use it here for touch-ups or whatnot, or set your face with this, it works really, really well for mattifying. So I'm definitely keeping this one, letting go of the Ofra. Alright, then for under eye setting powders, I have a Bare Minerals Summer Bisque and the e.l.f. High Def, and I don't use either of them. I usually just set my under eyes with whatever other powder, my Coty Airspun, my MAC, my whatever. So good or bad, that's just what I do. So these can definitely be used by someone else. And now for loose powders, as I mentioned, the Coty Airspun. This was in my Ride or Die tag. I love this. This is holy grail status for me, so I'm keeping this. I'm in the translucent extra coverage. And I mean, this is going to last me a lifetime. It has so much powder. Likewise with the MAC Prep and Prime, this is another favorite. I love this thing. It's also really good at just blurring everything and setting your face really nicely. So I'm keeping this one because not only is it MAC and kind of expensive, but I really like the results I get with this. Now this yellow banana powder, this is from a pretty expensive brand, I think. I don't remember who it's from, but I don't use banana powders, and I got this in like a BoxyCharm or Ipsy bag, and I mentioned immediately that this was going to go to someone else because it's just not something I use. It's brand new, hasn't been opened, so that can definitely get a new home. And likewise with these three. Actually, I'm going to be good. I've heard really good things about the Tarte. This is the Amazonian Clay. No, sorry, Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Setting Powder. And then this is a sample size of the Laura Mercier Translucent that everybody raves about. And this one kind of hurts my soul to get rid of, but I have so many others that I'm actually going to put these in people's like stockings for the holidays or something. I have a bunch of like minis and things, so I'm going to just do little bundles. So these are going to go into those bundles, even though it breaks my heart to give them away. And then my sister was recently asking me for a loose powder. This is a Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. Really good. I've used it for years on and off. And it's good. It's nice. Not too expensive. It has slightly pinky undertones, but whatever. It's pretty universal. It's pretty translucent when you apply it, so my sister can definitely get some use out of this. Okay, for a kind of random category, but just to get rid of them, these are both kind of illuminating. This is like a glitter body mineral face and body shimmer and diamond kiss. I'm never going to use that. I really don't like to show my skin too much because I have some scarring issues and things. So this isn't something like I'm not going to put on my décolletage or anything like it. So this could go as someone who's going to use it. And likewise with this All Over Glow Luminizer Gel, I'm never going to use that because I'm oily skinned and I don't need any help looking oilier. So these are also going bye-bye. Now, setting spray. Since I don't have that many, might as well go there. I don't really like this Wet n Wild. I'm going to give it to my sister or sister-in-law and see if they enjoy it because it's a fail for me. This Smashbox Primer Water I really like. I like the fact that it's in a travel size, so I can take it with me. I took it when I went to Arizona and visited my mom. It's just a good product, so I'm keeping that. And the MAC Prep and Prime. Took me a while to get used to the spray nozzle and like this whole clicky thing. I find it kind of uncomfortable, but it's a good setting spray, so I'm keeping that. Alright, primers. This is where I'm probably going to fail. So, eye primers, okay, NARS, hello. I'm not letting go of that. This is like my holy grail. This is like the third tube of this that I've gone through over the years. It's just the best eye primer, especially for oily lids. This keeps your eyeshadow in place all day, all night. My sister has super oily lids, and actually the first time I bought it was for her wedding a few years back, and her makeup stayed like all day. So, and it was raining, it was hot, it was humid. It was like raining on and off, and it was an outdoor wedding, so it's kind of a mess, but her makeup stayed put, and this was amazing. So I'm keeping that, and as you can tell, it's much loved. It's super dirty because I take it everywhere with me. So keeping that. I'm also keeping the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer just for a drugstore option. And then the Too Faced Glitter Glue I've had for a long time, but it still works really well. It's amazing, and I'm keeping that. Then these two smaller ones, this Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer from Elizabeth Mott. I got this either in an Ipsy bag or a BoxyCharm, but I never use it, so I'm going to pass that along to someone in the same little Christmas little baggies that I was planning on doing. And someone else is getting the Lorac Behind the Scenes primer because I don't use this. It's a really good primer, but I have others and I'd rather downsize. So those two are going in the Christmas baggies. And this Pixie Flawless and Poreless Face Primer, it's actually almost done, so that's going to go in the products I've used up pile. Now, here's where we really fail because these are all my face primers and I can't see myself partying with anyone. First off, Hourglass. I mean, hello, this thing is like $70, dude. This is not going anywhere. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. It's super hyped up. It's amazing. And yeah, it's like hella expensive. This is like the pro size, so I'm keeping this because, hello. Then the Present, I really like this. This is from Philosophy. But I just don't think like my sister or my sister-in-law have the time that needed to set, because this, like, you have to apply it, let it sit for like 2 to 5 minutes. I usually give it 5 to 6, and then apply the rest of your stuff. And I know my sister and sister-in-law are always in a hurry. Plus, I've almost used this one up, so I don't really feel like A, they'll use it, and B, I want to give it up because I'm almost done with it. I might as well finish it up. I liked it a lot, but I wouldn't repurchase, that's for sure, because it's kind of a hassle. So this one I'm just keeping to finish up, because it's not much left. Alright, this Makeup Forever Step 1. This one I mentioned in a recent favorites, and it's not really a favorite. It doesn't mattify as much as I thought it would, but it was expensive, and so I don't really feel like it's worth giving. Like, I don't want to give it away because it was pricey, basically. I'm just not gonna lie. I mean, it works well and everything, but it's not as amazing as I thought it was because of the reviews. But it's not horrible either, so I'm just going to keep this. I do like using this on top of, like, after I've done my makeup, sometimes to just mattify before I leave the house, and it works really well for that, so I'm going to keep it for that purpose. And then these three also, I mean, goodness, I'm so sorry, but I'm not giving away any of this because this is my go-to drugstore. This smooths my pores better than any of the others that I've mentioned. It just makes the most smooth canvas, but it's not very mattifying, so if I use this first, apply my foundations, and then, like, the Makeup Forever, then it's a pretty good combo. This kind of works well, so I like that. Smashbox Photo Finish, again, I don't know, this one I'm on the fence on. I like it. It's not world changing or anything like that, but it's good. It was pricey, and I don't really want to give it away because it cost me a lot of money. Same with the Mally. This one I actually just don't feel comfortable giving away because of the formula, since you do have to dip your fingers into it. I don't really feel comfortable giving people stuff that I've stuck my hand in, you know? This is not my favorite. This is definitely my least favorite out of the bunch. I actually think that the Garnier 5-Second Blur works way better than this, and it's kind of a dupe, but a better than the original kind of dupe. So if you're curious about this formula, if you've heard all the hype, yeah, it's okay, but just go for the Garnier. Save yourself like $30, and you'll get the same results. Is it nice? Is it smoothing and all that? Yeah, it's okay, but I mean, it's nothing out of this world. And like I said, the Garnier from the drugstore is basically the same thing, but slightly better for like $30 less. So, alright, so let's go through these. Why don't we? Although I know it's a total fail because, like I said, I didn't get rid of any of the face product. But let's see. Okay, gems, so final tally. Started off with 7 face primers, actually 8. I've forgotten about this one, but I just found it. I just saw the pink box. I was like, oh no, I didn't mention it. This Open Glory One Heck of a Blot that I recently purchased. So I started off with 8 face primers, and I'm keeping 6 of them. I'm giving away 2. I decided to give away the Smashbox, and I'm throwing away the Pixie because it was old and finished up. Then eye primers, I started off with 5, I'm keeping 3, giving away 2. Setting sprays, I started off with 3, I'm keeping 2 and giving away the Wet n Wild. The glow little illuminating things, those are both going away. Loose setting powders, I'm keeping 2 out of 5 and getting rid of 3. Eye setting powders, I'm getting rid of both of them because I don't use them. I forgot to include this one, but that's going away also, the banana powder. Then, let's see, powder foundations, those were non-translucent powders. I had 2, I'm keeping them both. Mattifying powders, I'm keeping 1 out of the 2 that I had. So including the One Heck of a Blot and the banana powder, I had 30 items. I'm giving away 13, throwing away 1, and keeping, 16? So there you have it, guys. That is this latest declutter. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have tried any of these products and love them, hate them, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read your responses. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and I hope you have a good day. See you guys. Bye.